Hi, everybody. Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days and 5 minutes on this Saturday, the 25th of November. The holiday weekend continues to roll along. And other than the fact that it's cold, at least it's quiet. And it should stay that way through the daytime Sunday. We'll have more on that in a moment. We've got some winter weather uh, advisories and even some winter storm warnings and winter storm washes up over parts of the country. Out in the central and parts of the southern plains, we've got winter weather advisories that run from there northeastward into northwestern Illinois, and winter storm warnings for much of central and into parts of northeast Kansas. Meanwhile, the first winter storm watches for the Northeast, and they're right along the shores of Lake Erie in southwestern New York, as well as in northwestern Pennsylvania, and also in north central New York. And there's going to be some lake effect thrown in there too before this is all said and done. And as far as snowfall amounts are concerned, well, let me get that. It's here. There we go. Snowfall amounts. So we're looking at maybe as much as a half a foot or more in parts of southwest New York and northwestern PA, and also in areas in north central New York around Watertown, Pulaski, and amounts tail off as you go south toward I-90. They pick up a little bit also up in the Adirondacks, and we're seeing some potential snows of a coating to an inch or so in parts of Vermont. But this is the first one to at least in the interior Northeast. We'll see where it goes in the coming weeks, but for now, this is what we got. In the meantime, it's been a nice day, but it's been a cold day. Many areas having a real tough time getting out of the 30s in eastern Pennsylvania to southern New England. We're going to have another cold night ahead as we drop down into the 20s. Maybe the warmest spots will be around 30. And notice that it's basically dry from Maine all the way southwest through the Ohio and Tennessee Valley and into the Gulf states. We've got the moisture from this energy that is now moving through the plain states, and that's going to be our weather maker for later tomorrow night into Monday morning. There's the radar, and actually seeing some heavier precip in parts of central Oklahoma and also in southeast Kansas, and it's snow as you go back further to the west. Much of what you're seeing here in Kansas probably will change over to snow before too long, and that extends up into parts of Iowa. Nothing going on in the northeast, and for that matter, up and down the eastern seaboard until you get to the Big Bend of Florida, where we're seeing some showers coming in off the Gulf of Mexico, and the west is on the quiet side. Rainfall amounts. This is the one system that we're going to deal with for the next 5 or 6 days because it looks like the whole week is going to be mostly dry. A half to 3/4 of an inch of rain from northeast New Jersey, north and east up into New England. Lesser amounts as you go to the west of Pennsylvania. And then, of course, you see the areas do pick up around the lake shores when that lake effect starts to get going in southwestern New York and northwestern PA, northeastern Ohio, as well as up in north central New York. A little bit of rain in the next 5 days across northern Florida, just kind of skimming the Gulf states. Really not a whole lot of precip at all. And on up into East Texas and much of the West is going to be dry for the next five, except for the immediate coast. And even here, we're really not talking about a whole heck of a lot as far as rainfall is concerned. So as we watch what's happening, we've got this upper trough that is moving through the plain states. You can see it here. And there's a northern feature to this as well. You've got that, and then you've got this coming down. And they're going to sort of phase together as they move into the eastern part of the United States. So we'll have a clear, cold night tonight, sunshine giving way to arriving clouds on Sunday, and then I think we'll have some rain Sunday night into Monday morning as that trough sharpens up and starts to go negative. That is, the tilt of that trough is running northwest to southeast. So the system, the surface system with this, is going to wind up strengthening as it moves up into eastern Canada, and that's going to pull down another shot of cold air. Much of this week, we're going to see below average temperatures, and we've got another air mass that'll be just as cold as the one we have now, if not some places maybe even a bit colder. The one thing that I'm looking at for Tuesday, because we do have an upper trough that's coming through, and you see that dark blue spot there. This is Tuesday morning. That strengthens and moves through here during the day on Tuesday. So don't be surprised if we see some scattered snow showers with this as it moves in. And then, of course, the rest of the week with the northwest flow, the cold northwest flow lasting through Thursday, will start to moderate a little bit on Friday. And then we've got another system that's heading up into the lakes for Friday night into Saturday, and eventually some of that's going to swing eastward, but probably not until late next weekend. So this is what it looks like on the surface map, and I'm just going to back it up here. And there you go. So we've got the core of the cold air overhead tonight. It's tomorrow morning. This is at 1 p.m. There's nothing close as far as rain is concerned at 1 p.m. tomorrow, but then during the evening hours, we're going to see rain move in. There's a little low that's going to form off the North Carolina coast. That's going to push some rain up the coast between 7 p.m. and 1 a.m. on Sunday night into Monday morning. Then that low consolidates near Cape Cod. You can see some heavier rains there in southeast New England. And then it's a gusty northwest wind and colder air. I think Monday will probably still be in the 40s, but Tuesday and Wednesday look like 2 days where daytime temperatures will be hard pressed to get out of the 30s. And again, Tuesday afternoon, maybe some snow showers with an upper trough. And the rest of the week looks pretty benign from what I can see. And there's your next system, maybe for next weekend as a low comes out of Texas and runs up toward Indiana, and then eventually redevelops east of the New Jersey coast sometime Friday night or next Saturday. We'll have to just watch to see how that evolves. And by the way, as far as rainfall is concerned, you'll notice that the amounts really drop off western New Jersey westward, talking a quarter of an inch or less, and even a tenth of an inch or less once you get west of I-81. And they pick up quite a bit. Northeast New Jersey, New York City, just under an inch. Looks like 1 inch rains are possible from New York City north and east on up to Boston, particularly in southern New England and over Long Island. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. The Joe and Joe Show, the Joe and Joe Weather Show podcast will be back tomorrow night at 7:35 p.m. and we will look at the week ahead and the long range. So we'll see you then. Enjoy the rest of your holiday weekend.